Kambi ya Kakuma inayopatikana nchini Kenya ni moja ya zile kambi za wakimbizi kubwa na ya zamani zaidi duniani. Asilimia kubwa ya wakimbizi ikiwa imetoroka nchi zao kufuatia amani na utulivu kwa sababu mbalimbali, moja yazo ikiwa nchi za kivita. Huku Kenya ikijivunia kuwa nchi ya amani bila matatizo ya kivita, hivyo kujulikana katika dira ya dunia kuwakaribisha wakimbizi kutoka nchi za kivita kama Sudan Kusini, Kongo, Burundi na Somalia. Watu wanaoga. Ndio culture. Nilisafiri takriban kilomita 800 kutambua vipi wakimbizi wa kike wanapitia masaibu ya ubakaji au dhulma dhidi ya jinsia chini ya ulinzi wa washikadau tofauti na vipi wanasaidika. Huku virusi hatari vya korona vikidhibitiwa nchini Kenya, katika kambi za wakimbizi huenda ikawa hatari hata zaidi. Shirika lisilo la kiserikali la Umoja wa Mataifa UNHCR pamoja na serikali ya Kenya ilitoa shamba kusini magharibi mwa kambi ya Kakuma inayopatikana kaunti ya Turkana kwa wahamiaji na wakimbizi walioamua kuishi nchini Kenya kwa jina Kalobeyei. Kalobeyei inapatikana kilomita 30 kutoka kambi kuu ya Kakuma. Kufikia sasa kambi hii ya Kalobeyei ipo na wahamiaji takriban 1200, ila visa vya ubakaji vimekithiri.
I'm living in Kakuma 402 block 8. I get a problem yesterday. I went to the bush to collect firewood. The time I went, I'm alone. Then I meet with 4 men or guys in the road. They told me that we want to do sex. I said no, please just leave me alone. They refused and then I run away. After that they follow me, 4 guys. After that I fall down and then they rape me.
Teenage pregnancy, I usually say, is just a cosmetic word of defilement. Because if you're talking about somebody who's below 18, who's pregnant, then it means that is unconsented sex.
Kufikia wiki ya 3 ya mwezi Juni, baada ya kirusi cha korona kugonga hodi nchini Kenya, idara ya jinsia halmaarufu kama State Department of Gender iliripoti visa 323 na visa 330 wiki ya 4 mwezi huo kwa dhulma dhidi ya jinsia kambini. Kulingana na ripoti ya Umoja wa Mataifa UNHCR, kila mwezi iliripoti visa 1087 kupitia njia ya simu ya dharura katika kambi ya Kakuma. Mama Rebecca ni mkimbizi aliyewacha utamaduni kutoka Sudan Kusini na sasa ni mmoja wa wanaosaidia wakimbizi kwa jina Safe Motherhood Promoters. Niliketi naye chini kunipa taswira kamili na namna anavyochangia baada ya ubakaji kwa kina mama na wasichana katika kambi ya Kakuma.
Our role now, who is a motherhood promoter to the teenager pregnancy, the first thing we encourage them to go attend ANC first, and then when they come back to the community, we start to teaching them how they can take care for themselves. If there is any case or any danger sign, they can report themselves to the hospital. We encourage them we can tell them you can go deliver in the hospital. After delivery, we encourage them also they can start family planning.
The time I reach home, I come alone and then I sleep. After 1 hour, I report here in gender. The time I come, I get madam. She receive me in a good way, and then she called doctor, and I explain my story to the doctor, and then doctor do for me examination and give me a medicine, and then after that I take shower. After shower, they change my clothes, they give me a new clothes, then they remain with the clothes I come with it.
We need to be able to give the options to the survivor in terms of actions to take forward. One is to ensure that we are looking at whether there is a legal mandatory requirement to be able to report the case, accompany the survivor to report the case to the police station, and be able to also access other services moving forward. We should also be able to give them advice in terms of where they can access free or affordable legal aid services.
Rebecca anakiri kwamba utamaduni na mila potovu ndio zinazochangia sana katika hali ya ubakaji katika kambi ya Kakuma.
The reason, like before I tell you, we have some culture. The culture is the one brought for health problem. Because in South Sudan, when you marry to somebody, the family, these people, they are contribute to the dowry. Even when you deliver your children, the family, they have right to get everything back of those children. That's why now when we are come to the Kenya, and more people, they left their husband there in South Sudan. If you are still, like now, there is some children, there are some ladies, they come, someone have 2 children, 3 children, 4 children, even 1 child. When you come and stay here in the camp, when you decide to deliver, you can deliver, because the child is still belong to the one who left to South Sudan. Yes. We are working with the manifest. When you take manifest, and one child is written with the name with your husband in South Sudan, it means the second child is still taking the name of the father. Yeah.
But the real husband?
There in South Sudan.
South Sudan. And the person who impregnates?
Yeah, the person who pregnant the lady, someone just helping. Yeah. Helping. Yes. Yes. Even now, if the man, your husband coming, and he found this guy inside the house, he must kill him. Yes, yes. It's better when you had the husband of this wife coming, you move in the house. You can go somewhere, and you cannot show yourself. And if the man coming and ask you, where is this man, the one who impregnated you, you can tell her, me, I don't know. Some of them now, they deny. Someone who can tell you, I get this pregnancy the time when I go to look for the fire, or someone raped me. Yes.
Ubakaji unapofanyika katika kambi kwa mtoto wa kike, kwa kawaida akijulikana kwamba amebakwa, huwa anatengwa kama anavyosema Saida.
The people, if you tell your people cannot people can talk about you. Maybe if I talk to my parent and maybe there is a neighbor who know about that story, then maybe they can able to laugh at me in the road. So I cannot able to move in the community.
In Kakuma and Kalobey, they've been able to build 2 facilities, very important facilities in relation to response to sexual and gender-based violence. We have a facility in Kakuma 4. We call it the support center. Since inception, this support center has been able to provide the much needed confidential services. Beyond that, the same support center has been used as a safe space for persons who have undergone violence. Safe space meaning they can be able to access the facility, they can be able to access counseling, or just the little needed piece that somebody who might really need, especially if they are vulnerable or have undergone violence.
Huyu ni mkimbizi aliyejitwika mzigo wa kuwanusuru wanawake waliobakwa na kuwapa moyo, na sasa ndiye anayewaripoti wabakaji na kuwapa moyo wakimbizi waliobakwa. Kwa sasa tutamuita Zawadi. Anasimulia alivyopewa mafunzo ya kupambana na dhulma dhidi ya jinsia. Zawadi ni shujaa aliyepitia maumivu ya jinsia mara 2, ya ubakaji na ile ya kukeketwa.
Like there are some women who normally keep quiet although they've been raped or they've been beaten, because they fear that if they reported the perpetrator will be in jail, like we put in jail. But when the perpetrator come back, their life will be in danger. That is another reason why people are not reporting up.
I can say I know them because I see the faces, but physically I don't know the name.
Ujasiri wake Zawadi sasa ni mfano wa kupigiwa upato kwa vita dhidi ya dhulma, dhidi ya jinsia kambini Kakuma.
They gave me advice, psychosocial support also, I got. So they explained to me that the importance of the reporting within 72 hours is like, maybe the perpetrator has just slept with you, maybe has infection, so that if you report within 72 hours, you will not get infected. And then also, they gave me also the P2. They explained the P2 will pregnant unwanted pregnancy. Maybe if you don't know the person and you don't want to carry that hiyo mimba ya umutu.
Washikadau tofauti wakishirikiana na shirika la Msalaba Mwekundu, yani Red Cross, UNFPA, IRC pamoja na UNHCR wanawapa waliodhulumiwa mbinu za kujiendeleza kimaisha. Nilitembelea kituo cha mafunzo kinachoshikiliwa na shirika la International Rescue Committee kushuhudia wanavyojikimu kimaisha.
So also IRC also gave us the skill build us by giving us the baking class. We've been doing the baking class.
Tumeanza kikundi hichi, tulikuwa tunaishi kwa community. Tunashinda tu nyumbani, hakuna kazi tunafanya. Tunanyanyasika na wazee wetu nyumbani, eti nyinyi hamfanyagi kitu, mwe mnasubiria tu awalete ndio mkule.
Investing in the capacity of the refugee to be able to contribute to the provision of these needs through skills building, that he can be able to get employment and earn an extra income to be able to supplement that. That we're investing in refugees to be able to use their talent and sports to be able to gain more income and protect themselves.
Katika haya yote, nafasi ya mwanaume ni ipi?
The roles of a man in fighting gender-based violence, they should work hand in hand with women to end up the violence in the society. Because men are most of the sexual violence is caused by men. If you come in the part of raping, it is men raping women. And then if you come to the side of beating, it is men beating their wives and daughters. And it comes to the side of the forced marriages, it is men who are deciding to marry their daughter out. So we are asking them to help us so that we join our hands together to fight this genes called gender-based violence.
And also for the host community in terms of gender-based violence, they do not report early. Why? Because the cases, the community, like I said, the decision makers being male, and majority of our survivors are female, they sit down at the community level and address issues as elders, not necessarily taking into consideration the health impact that their decision will make. So long as we sit down as elders and say that because you raped my daughter, you will marry her, then the daughter will just be, sometimes they are married off without their consent.
One can also be able to ensure that we are encouraging men to come up with mechanisms of taking a stand, a non-violent stand, and be able to ensure that they choose not to become violent or to perpetrate any form of GBV. Lastly, we can encourage men to support survivors by accompanying them to report GBV cases, accompanying survivors to be able to access legal aid services, to be able to access health services, and therefore fully include men in the multi-sectoral approach of response to gender-based violence.
Zawadi na Christine wanahofu.
Then also, I was by then frustrated, and by then I didn't want to show myself in the community because some people talk that I am the one who planned for that, because I want a process so that I go abroad.
Kambi ya Kakuma ina wanawake wengi, hivyo wamo katika hatari ya ubakaji unaosababisha mimba zisizopangwa, watoto kuaga dunia wakati wa kujifungua, maambukizi ya magonjwa zinaa na hata virusi vya ukimwi.
I should work with these people so that I will be the one to preach the gospel of reporting within 72 hours. Then by then I was like, I got courage, and I started also teaching others in the community the importance of reporting within 72 hours.
Malia Mungu ni mkimbizi aliyenusurika kutokana na dhulma dhidi ya jinsia. Anaeleza namna wanavyojitia moyo katika kundi lao.
Tukijikuta tunakusanyika hapa, tunaingia kwa story. Huyu anaongea vile anaishi kwa boma yake. Mwingine anaongea, tunafikiria huyu aliongea hivi na mwingine ameongea hivi. Tunapea mwingine moyo, tunamwambia hapana, vumilia, fanya hivi, siku nyingine mzee atafurahi. Kama amechukia na hivi, amechukia hivi umefanya hivi, siku nyingine ufanye hivi. Tunampa moyo. Na kama yuko nyumbani anafikiria sana, tunamwambia tutoke hapa nyumbani tuende kwa center tufanye vitu fulani huko kwa center. Najikuta ile mawazo memtoka, anafika hapa na anaongea na anafurahi na anacheka.
Kulingana na takwimu ya hivi punde kutoka Umoja wa Mataifa UNHCR, kufikia Juni mwaka huu 2020, wengi wa wakimbizi ni wale wanaotokea taifa la Somalia wakiwa na asilimia 53.7, wakifuatwa na Sudan Kusini katika asilimia 24.4, Kongo ikiwa na asilimia 8. Wengine ni kutoka nchi ya Sudan, Rwanda na Eritrea, Burundi na Uganda.
So my message to other women who have undergone GBV cases like me, my advice to them, they should not keep quiet in the community, they should report. And reporting does not mean that you plan for that to happen to you. Nobody is praying for something bad to happen to her. So in case they undergone rape cases, physical assaults, they should not keep quiet, they should report so that they will get the medical care like me. And they should be strong. And they have to know that their life is still important to other people so that they will not lose hope in life.
To the women in the community, I would like to tell them, don't go alone to the bush to collect firewood. If they want to go and collect firewood, can go 4 or 5 of them so that if they get a problem, they can able to fight or to run.
And the reporting of sexual and gender-based violence is again one of the general problems we have within programming of not just Kakuma, almost everywhere. One, because some of these things are really, they're personal. And if you take a self-reflection, even yourself, there are things that you can easily discuss, others you would rather not discuss.
Yeah, I report to police and they give me OB number. Then madam told me, OB number, you can keep it. If you go to the police station Kakuma town, they will give me a P3 so that doctor can feel. So that can show if you see them anywhere, we can able to look for those people, so police can arrest them.
We cannot continue to really report these cases. What do we need to do? We need to invest in community engagement. We have programs that target men, bringing men on board to be part of the discussion to end gender-based violence.
Inakadiriwa kuwa jumla ya wakimbizi kwa sasa ni takriban 1400 kufikia tarehe 30 Juni mwaka huu wa 2020.
4 hours of gender-based violence, prevention and response, recognize, react, report, refer.
Nikiripotia Straight News, mimi ni Ode Francis.